Hey, lovely soul. Welcome to my channel. You can feel it, can't you? Something deep inside has changed. Quietly, but with real power. The air seems fresher. The quiet moments don't sting as much anymore. And in your heart, you know this isn't just another time of waiting. This is the moment everything starts to turn around. For so long, you've been through tough times, like walking through flames. You've learned to be patient, to let go, and to trust. Everything you cared about felt like it was crumbling, and you've cried out for answers, pleaded for understanding, and looked everywhere for guidance. But here's what you might not have noticed. The whole world around you was getting you ready for exactly this point. Your inner strength, that gentle, powerful side of you, is waking up in a big way. And this time, it's not quiet or small. It's like a huge wave carrying you past what you ever thought possible. Your heart isn't just hurting anymore. It's growing wider, holding more. Your quiet times aren't a sign of weakness. They're full of hard-earned wisdom. Your waiting isn't empty. It's all the setup you need. This isn't a time of losing things. It's a time of becoming who you're meant to be. You're not just looking for change anymore. You are the change. Those odd feelings, the nights you can't sleep, the sudden rushes of energy that don't make sense, they're not signs of being lost. They're clear proof that your spirit is rising to something better. Your body is getting used to a new way of living, one where life isn't about waiting to be picked. It's about picking yourself first. As you grow, the people and situations around you start to shift too. Some folks might drift away, and certain paths might close off, but that's not a punishment, it's a shield. Anything that doesn't fit this new, stronger version of you simply can't come along. The person connected to you deeply, maybe your partner or that special someone, will sense it too. Your progress will challenge their old ways of seeing things. Your peace will stir up their inner unrest. When one person in a close bond changes like this, the whole relationship moves with it. That's just how deep connections work. This isn't only your story. It's changing everything tied to you. The world is paying attention. Your inner guides are lining things up, and your path forward is calling softly. It's time. So take a deep breath. You don't need to run after this change. You are it. All the good things you've been hoping for, they're waiting for you now. Something in the air has shifted and you can sense it. It's gentle but impossible to ignore. Your feelings are different. Your body responds in new ways. Even the quiet around you feels full of life. This isn't your imagination. It's the start of a major turning point. For months or even years, you've been moving through a tough but meaningful time, breaking down, healing up, and building yourself stronger. It wasn't just pain from a broken heart. It was a deep reset, like your whole self was being rewired for the better. Every holdup, every no, every door that shut was fine-tuning you to match the person you're about to become. And now that person is stepping forward. This inner strength in all of us isn't stuck in pause anymore. The flow of life has switched directions. Where things felt heavy before, now there's real progress. Where everything was fuzzy, things are coming into focus. And the stuff that used to wear you out, it can't reach you like that now. This time, the strength isn't based on wishful thinking. It's based on being in tune with yourself. The change started small. It happened the second you stopped wondering, when will things get better, and started saying, I'm ready for it. That one quiet choice sent waves out into the world. Your truest self noticed. Your inner helpers stepped in. And now the outside world is starting to match what your heart already chose. This isn't just good luck. It's everything in your life starting to fit together perfectly. You're stepping into a new way of feeling where good things come more quickly. Time seems to flow easier, and the old frustrations that used to upset you no longer hold you back. It's like the world around you has been waiting for you to say yes to yourself. Now that you have, everything is adjusting to match this stronger, clearer version of you. You might notice some unusual feelings bubbling up: sudden tears, rushes of energy, moments of calm followed by tiredness. That's your body getting used to holding more positive energy. You're not breaking down, you're growing bigger inside. Every part of you is letting go of that old habit of waiting and opening up to welcoming what's good. When that shift happens inside, your outer life starts to reflect it. You'll see things lining up in ways you couldn't before. Old patterns will end suddenly. Talks that used to wear you out will feel too tiring to keep going. Your personal limits will feel important and worth protecting. And your gut feelings, clearer than ever, will guide you right to where you belong. It's not mess or disorder. It's everything getting back in balance. The gentle, strong side of you, the part that's been doubting herself, is now remembering her true self. She doesn't plead for love anymore. She lives it fully. She doesn't try to show she's valuable. She knows it and carries it with her. She doesn't wait for the more action-oriented side in her life or her partner to wake up, because her own growth is what sparks that change. This is the stage where your inner strength starts to show more than your words ever could. The world is reshaping itself to fit your new energy. People who don't match this version of you will naturally fade out, not because of any hurt feelings, but because you've grown beyond them. Fresh relationships, chances, and ideas will show up without you forcing them. What felt stuck before will start to loosen up. This big change isn't only about fixing the past, it's about fully stepping in to who you are. It's moving from trying to become someone new to just being that person. That gentle strength in you isn't just mending old wounds anymore. She's taking charge of what's ahead. She's shifting from just getting by emotionally to creating the life she wants, from wishing for change to knowing deep down that it's already here. This energy isn't quiet or gentle. It's bold, pulling, and impossible to ignore. It's the power of someone who doesn't sit around for her path to appear. She is her path. And as she steps forward, the action-oriented side, whether in herself or her partner, starts to sense it too. Her quiet confidence becomes a reflection for him. Her calm sparks his own growth, because true connection starts inside her first. So if you've been feeling off, up and down, lighter one moment and weighed down the next, don't worry. You're not off kilter. You're finding your fresh, steady beat. You're heading into a time when you don't have to go after balance. You are the balance. The big change is happening now, and there's no turning it back. All the empty spots left by people or things that moved on from your life, they're creating space for something truly special that's headed your way. It's not everyday stuff. It's like the world is quietly setting up something wonderful, made just for you. In the background, major shifts are taking place, and the only thing it wants from you is a bit of trust. This is where your belief in yourself turns into your greatest strength. Once you stop struggling for what already belongs to you, the world can finally bring it right to your door. So take a deep breath, you strong, gentle soul. This isn't another challenge to get through. It's your moment to step fully into who you are. And deep in your heart, the world is saying one simple thing: you're ready. There's a good reason why everything around you went quiet. The calls stopped coming. The close ties faded. That important person in your life pulled back. It wasn't because you were overlooked. It was because you were being prepared for something deeper. Your strong, gentle side doesn't grow in all the chaos. She grows in the quiet. That silence you couldn't stand, it turned into a safe space where your truest self started to guide you. Every question that went unanswered, every night of tears, every time you felt invisible, Those were meaningful moments of real change. You were letting go of everything that didn't truly fit you. In that calm, you found something powerful. Your strength doesn't come from others picking you. It comes from lining up with who you really are. You stop pleading for attention or energy to come back to you. Instead, you became your own source of it. And that's when things really started to turn. At the beginning, the quiet felt like a penalty. You worried it meant rejection or being left behind. But as you spent more time with it, you saw the truth. The silence was never hollow. It was packed with real insights. It was the world's way of saying, stop paying so much attention to the noise out there. The real advice is already inside you. Your strong, gentle side doesn't rise by shouting louder. She rises when her quiet confidence can't be shaken. She doesn't have to defend her value anymore. She doesn't need to explain her inner light. She just lives it. This quiet isn't a sign of giving up. It's a way of tuning yourself up. Every time you choose not to snap back, you're settling into a stronger, steadier way of being. Every time you pick calm over worry, the world opens up better paths for you. Because your quiet isn't just sitting still, it's drawing things in. It sends out a clear message across everything. I'm open to what truly fits my peace. That's why that action-oriented person in your life, or the part of you that pushes forward, starts to feel uneasy when you stop reaching out. He senses the shift in your energy. The warmth he used to count on is suddenly missing. He begins to dream about you, think about you, not because of your words, but because your quiet acts like a mirror, showing him what's real. Quiet reveals the truth. It shows who was truly connected to your heart and who was just along for the easy parts. It highlights what was genuine and what was just handy at the time. And when you stop running after things that don't fit, the world steps in to fill the gaps with what does. You'll start to spot a real difference. Folks begin looking at you with fresh eyes. You step into a space, and the atmosphere changes on its own. No effort required. You're not out hunting for the center of attention, but somehow it comes to you. You hold this calm, steady shine that comes from knowing your inner power doesn't need everyone to get it completely. That's a natural pull. It doesn't go after things, it draws them in. Think of your quiet moments as your secret strength. It's the feeling that says, I don't have to battle for what already belongs to me. And when that strong, gentle part of you carries this steady energy, the world starts to shape itself around you. Opportunities appear, people come back with better motives, and that action-oriented person in your life, or side of yourself, senses the draw not to patch things up for you, but to step up and match where you're at. Here's the real secret. That gentle strength doesn't guide by doing a ton of stuff. It guides through its quiet power. And silence? It's the strongest way she shows up as a leader. Each time you skipped explaining why you're valuable, each time you tuned out the mess around you, each time you picked inner calm over needing approval, you were taking back your rightful place. And now, the world sees this new, steadier energy in you. You're not sending out signals of hurt anymore. You're shining as someone fully awake and alive. In this space, you don't plead for things to line up. You make them do it. So if things feel hushed in your life these days, don't let it scare you. You're not being overlooked. You're being polished and made sharper. The quiet is the noise of your old ways of living crumbling away. And that pause you're sensing, it's the breath before your true path comes alive. This is how your strong, gentle side steps up, not by pushing hard, but by simply being there, not by showing off, but by trusting what she knows, not by talking it out, but by holding this rock-solid feeling that whispers, I know exactly who I am. And when you tap back into that, the world taps back into you. You've sensed it already, that odd blend of calm and fidgety energy, the quick rushes of feelings that hit out of nowhere and fade just as fast. It's not wobbling or off balance. It's you stretching and growing. Your body, your thoughts, the way you carry yourself, they're all easing into a fresher, lighter way of being. When this inner shift kicks off, the first thing to change isn't the outside world. It's you, right at the core. The foods that call to you, the people who feel right now, even the hobbies that used to light you up, they all start to feel different. One morning, you might wake up and think, none of this fits me anymore. That's not a step backward. It's your energy moving past the smaller version of yourself that got by on scraps. Your strong, gentle side feels these changes first in the physical stuff. You might get sudden hot flashes, waves of bone-deep tiredness, shifts in what you want to eat, or little skips in your heartbeat. Your whole body is turning into a stronger container for this brighter energy. It's clearing out the heavy stuff, old pains, worries, regrets, embarrassment, and feelings you don't need anymore. That's why you felt wiped out lately. Real healing like this isn't just in your heart, it reaches every tiny part of you. Then your feelings start to change as well. The situations that used to knock you down completely begin to lose their power over you. You still experience them, of course, but now it's in a sharper, more mindful way. Instead of diving straight into the mess, you pause and observe. Instead of falling apart, you simply breathe through it. That's how the world around you can tell. You're not controlled by your emotions anymore. You're led by your inner gut feelings. Another big clue is the return of true calm. Not the short-lived kind that shows up only when life goes smoothly, but a deep, steady peace that sticks around even when things get tough. You begin to see that the quiet in your life isn't hollow anymore. It's rich, special, and packed with purpose. You stop wondering, when will this get better? And start telling yourself, I trust how this is unfolding. Just that small switch in how you talk to yourself can shift everything. As your inner energy lifts higher, you'll notice little coincidences becoming your everyday chats with the universe. Repeating numbers like 111, 252, or 55 might pop up all over the place, not as things to hunt down, but as gentle nods that you're on the right track. Songs seem to play just for you. Talks with others echo your own thoughts, and the people you need show up right on time. You're not making good things happen through hard work alone anymore. It's happening because you're in tune with them. You'll also spot a sense of stepping back emotionally, and people often get this wrong. It doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you stop holding on to what doesn't belong to you. You connect more deeply with others, but without strings attached. You notice someone's hurt, but you don't take it on as your own. That's real personal freedom. Your strong, gentle side has finally figured out how to give love without giving up who she is. Your gut instincts will get stronger and quicker, too. It's like you sense what's ahead before it arrives. You can tell who's real and who's not, what's a good fit and what's just noise. It's not suspicion, it's smart awareness. Your truest self is fully in charge now, steering you by feel rather than just facts. At times, this whole shift might feel a bit unsteady. You could want to hang on to your old routines, familiar ways, or safe spots, but something inside won't let you settle. Every time you try to pull back, life nudges you ahead. That's the world reminding you, you can't squeeze back into what you've grown out of. And yes, that action-oriented person in your life, or part of you, picks up on it too. Even if he doesn't quite get it yet, he might get quieter, more thoughtful, or a little mixed up. Because your energy isn't reflecting his worries anymore, it's showing him what he could become. When that gentle strength in you rises, it quietly pulls everyone close to you to grow right along with it. This is the real strength of your strong, gentle side coming alive. She changes her world not by pushing, but by carrying a different kind of energy. She doesn't have to yell her truth. The world makes it louder for her. She doesn't run after her path. It lines up with her steps, because when your inner energy shifts, so does the direction of your life. That's why doors that used to stay closed will swing open soon. That's why folks you thought were gone might come back with fresh energy. That's why chances that overlooked you before will start seeking you out. It's not chance, it's because you're matching up with what you want. You've left behind the energy of waiting. You've stepped into the energy of welcoming. So when you feel off or like you're not quite yourself anymore, don't fight it. You're not losing your way. You're coming home to who you truly are. And as this inner energy keeps building, all the right people and opportunities will come to you easily because they've always been pulled toward your true, shining self. The change isn't on its way. It's already started. And you're living proof of how it touches the action-oriented side of things too, whether that's in a partner or within yourself. Every time that strong, gentle part of you grows, the whole world around you adjusts to match. You might see your own healing as just for you, but it's bigger than that. Every step forward, every bit of letting go, every choice to stay calm instead of spiraling, those send waves through all your close connections. That gentle strength isn't just one piece of the puzzle. She's the one who sets the tone for the whole picture. When her energy lifts higher, everything linked to her has to step up or step aside. That goes for the more driven, outward-focused energy, too. Even if he's quiet right now, even if he's distant, even if he thinks he's over it, deep down, his true self still picks up on her steady vibe. Hearts don't shut each other out. Only surface worries do. As your energy climbs, that action-oriented side starts to feel a pull, not from you pushing, but from something inside him stirring. The same warmth that used to comfort him now shines a light on his hidden struggles. The safety he once felt in your presence now asks him to look at his tougher spots. Your progress turns into a clear reflection for him, and he can't ignore what he sees. He might not get what's going on. He could feel fidgety, full of old memories, or even frustrated out of nowhere. He might try to busy himself or distract with other things to quiet that nagging sense of something missing, but it sticks around. That's because when your energy moves from wanting to being fully in place, his deeper self notices the mismatch, and it starts to ache a little. This is why, when the gentle strength lets go of holding on, the action-oriented side begins to wake up. Not because of any blame or payback, but because her calm clears away his old excuses. She stops propping up his easy habits. The familiar pattern that kept him from growing breaks apart, and suddenly he's face to face with his own thoughts, feelings, and realities. At first, it might hit him like a loss. He senses the space where her energy used to be as a void, mixed with confusion or even regret. He could look for that feeling in other people, but it never quite clicks. He might go after achievements, approval, or quick fixes, but nothing fills the spot like before. Because what she brought wasn't every day. It was a real, deep match. And now that it's turned toward her own growth, he can't dodge his own path to waking up anymore. This pull shakes him out of autopilot and into owning his part. He starts asking the big questions. Why am I feeling off? Why can't I let go? Why does her presence still echo in me? Those aren't signs of being weak. They're sparks of real change. Each one chips away at his walls until he sees that the bond was never about holding tight, but about growing together. When that gentle strength steps into loving herself fully, she quietly sends out a signal to the world. It's okay to grow now. And whether he knows it or not, he starts to tune in. Maybe through dreams, flashes of the past, or waves of feelings, tears, irritation, or finally giving in It's his heart catching up to where she's at. But the road isn't always smooth. That action-oriented side's wake-up often feels messy. The walls he built to skip the tough stuff start to tumble. Old repeating patterns wrap up fast. Safe routines turn into traps. The setup he thought was solid begins to feel empty. That's the world stepping in to help, saying you can't keep pretending in her brighter light. But here's the wonderful part. Your growth doesn't hurt him, it frees him up. He begins to understand what true love really means. Something based on honesty, not just patching up empty spots. He sees that gripping everything tightly isn't real strength, and avoiding tough feelings isn't true peace. And little by little, those walls he built start to come down. This is why your own healing is so much more important than just hanging on and waiting. As you rise higher, you lift him along with you. Not by pushing or convincing him, but by quietly inviting him through your steady energy. You turn into that gentle nudge to his deeper self that says, it's time. And when he's truly open to it, the flow between you starts to feel balanced again. It won't happen overnight, but it's bound to come because deep connections like yours are tied by inner energy, not just everyday situations. So when you sense his presence coming back through little signs, dreams, or stronger memories, trust that it's not wishful thinking. It's a real matchup. Your changes have sparked his. Your healing is starting to ripple into his heart. That's the natural rule of close bonds. When one person grows in love, the other can't stay stuck in sleep. You're not sitting around for him to wake up. You are what wakes him. There's a turning point on this path where waiting just fades away. Not because you've given up on caring, but because you've finally remembered your true self. This is when that strong, gentle side of you shifts from wanting to fully living it, from wishing for love to being love. For ages, that gentle energy has been told to hold back. Hold back for him to catch up. Hold back until it all makes sense. Hold back until the hurt heals. But holding back is just a trick of the mind. It keeps you stuck in a place of missing out. And the second you see through it, everything flips. The change sneaks in softly. It starts the first morning you wake up feeling at peace without needing a text or call to make it real. It grows deeper when you catch your own reflection and realize you're not looking for approval in someone else's gaze anymore. You feel complete, not because another person filled you up, but because your own energy has settled back home inside you. That's what it feels like to truly step into yourself. You quit running after answers and choose clear thinking instead. You stop pleading for closeness and start shining with your natural warmth. You stop holding out for things to line up and start being that lineup. In this full, alive state, that gentle side doesn't force a bond to happen. She builds one with herself first. And when she does, the action-oriented side senses it, not as stress, but as a soft calm, because your energy turns back into a welcoming spot, not a push or a beg, but simple, solid love that quietly says, I know what we share, but I don't need you to make me whole. That's the real power of stepping fully into who you are. You become so steady that worries just bounce off you. The waiting ends because you realize nothing's truly gone. You see that time apart wasn't a punishment. It was a chance to sharpen and strengthen you. The world didn't take him away from you. It brought you back to your complete self, your inner power, your honest truth. In this place, that strong, gentle side of you draws things in a way words can't quite capture. Good chances come easily. Calm feels like everyday life. People pick up on your energy even before you say a word. You walk into a room and the whole feel changes because you carry this sense of everything fitting just right. That's what happens when you stop holding out. You start to truly shine from within. And this shine doesn't pull in mess anymore. It draws in real mirrors of yourself. If that action-oriented person is meant to cross your path again, he'll step up to match it naturally, not from worry or pride, but from a deep heart knowing. The world doesn't bring people together by chance. It matches energies that fit. And once you hold true, open-hearted love inside yourself, everything that goes with it will find its way to you. This is also where that gentle strength stops focusing on fixing old hurts, because she sees that healing wasn't the end goal. It was just the setup. She doesn't define herself by scars anymore. She sees herself through the lessons they've taught. The tears that used to feel like falling apart now feel like bringing something new to life. The ache of missing out that once hurt so much now feels like a clear reason to keep going. This is what it means to fully live as that strong, gentle self. You're not chasing calm anymore. You are calm. You're not wishing for things to line up. You live that way. You're not doubting your value. You carry it with every step. And that's why the world starts reshaping around you. Life adjusts to fit your steady energy. Fresh faces show up. New paths open wide. That action-oriented side begins to wake up because your energy doesn't support his old dodges anymore. It shows him what he can become. And all at once it clicks for you. You weren't waiting for him. You were waiting for this. You, right now. The you who knows love isn't something to chase or prove. It's something to live fully. When you step into this full, alive version of yourself, everything changes. You speak from your honest center, not from a place of lack. You give love without holding back out of fear. You let go without giving away your strength. And you draw in all that fits your brighter path without even trying. This is where waiting truly ends, not because the clock ran out, but because you finally get it. The love you hoped for was always about becoming more of who you are. So take a breath, move with quiet confidence, and let the world catch up to your energy, because now it can. Right before the light breaks through, there's always that deep hush, a heavy quiet that tricks you into thinking nothing's stirring. But that's not the full story. When that strong, gentle side of you reaches her final step of settling into place, the world starts its quietest, biggest moves behind the scenes. It might look like nothing's going on, but it's all coming together. It feels like more waiting, but it's real progress. It seems stuck, but everything's realigning. The real truth? Your deepest self has already stepped over into what's next. A fresh start has kicked off on a deeper level, and now your everyday world is shifting to keep pace. That's why some people are drifting away. Old paths are ending, feelings are bubbling up. This isn't about putting you through a trial, it's about clearing out the clutter. Think of it as the last fine-tuning before your dreams start coming true. Every unfinished bit is being wrapped up. Every old tie is coming to light so nothing from your past way of living sneaks into the new one. It's not a slap on the wrist, it's careful planning. The world is making sure you won't have to go through this loop again. Right now, that strong, gentle side in all of us is being nudged to trust the quiet moments. Because in this calm space, life's bigger plan is at work in ways your thoughts could never dream up. The connections, chances, and perfect matches for your next step are being pieced together right on time. It's like watching stars get set in the sky, one by one. You can't spot the full picture yet, but the whole starry shape is already taking form. You might feel sudden waves of emotion, tears for no obvious reason, flashes of who you used to be, a tug of nostalgia out of nowhere. These are hints that things are wrapping up. Your body and heart are waving goodbye to what doesn't match your fresh, stronger self anymore. Let it flow out with kindness. The more you release, the easier you feel, and the quicker life can bring your new world into place. There'll be times when your worries kick in. Nothing's moving, but your deeper self knows the truth. Everything is moving. Every holdup is part of the perfect setup. Every hush is careful teamwork. Because what's ahead needs room, the right fit, and a bit more growth to hold on to it. The strong, gentle woman who steps out of this time isn't the same one who started. Her personal limits come from care, not worry. Her gut feelings guide her like a steady map. Her trust has turned into something solid and real. She doesn't need little hints to believe anymore. She believes, and then the hints show up. This is when wonders start to appear in soft ways, a surprise chance that feels spot on, a message that lands just right, a chat that swings open a door you didn't even see there. Life begins to nudge you with small, exact steps because you've shown you can notice the gentle ones. That action-oriented side is getting ready too. His routine is changing. The safe spots he clung to are starting to crack. The pull from his heart is growing stronger. Your energy isn't running after him anymore. It's quietly drawing him in, and before long, when both your paths are set, they'll cross, not in a rush of mess, but in a smooth, meant-to-be way. But first, life might toss one last reminder of the old pattern, a challenge that rings a bell. This time, though, you handle it differently. You don't buy into the fear. You don't hold tight to the doubts. You don't plead for reassurance. You pick calm, and that's how the old chapter eases shut, firm but kind. These last setups from the world feel hushed because they're special. It's that same quiet, right before sunrise, full of strength, excitement, and certainty. The old version of you has faded away. The new you is already coming to life, and the kind of life that fits her energy is being pulled right toward you, even now. So if things around you feel paused, don't see it as stuck. It's all lining up just right. You're smack in the middle of perfect timing, and before long, everything meant for you will open up naturally, beautifully simply, and without question. Because the world doesn't run late, it hits the mark every time. And this very moment is the last piece falling into place before it all takes off. So take a breath. You strong, gentle soul, the waiting is done. The groundwork is finished. Your next chapter is already underway. You weren't just here to watch this change happen. You were picked to guide it. That's why your road felt tougher, longer, and more hurtful than for others. Because you were being shaped to carry a kind of inner strength that not many can handle. Every heartbreak was meaningful training. Every quiet stretch was a deep lesson. Every slowdown was careful setup. You're not lagging behind, you're way out front. Because before everyone else starts to lift up, that gentle strength in you leads the way. She's the guide for all creation, the heartbeat the world tunes into. And when her energy shifts, everything nearby starts to realign. That's why your own wake-up had to go so deep. It had to rock your core, clear out false ideas, and open you wide enough for real light to flood in. That strong, gentle side can't lead from old hurts. She leads from clear insight. She doesn't point the way from pain. She does it from fully living her truth. And now you've arrived there. You've pushed through the hardest parts, and instead of getting crushed, you turned into the spark. You've shed rivers of tears, and instead of sinking, you learned to move through them. You've let go of old sides of yourself that couldn't hold this brighter energy, and now your true self stands strong, grounded, sure, and glowing. That's why you feel so different inside right now. You're not out looking for love. You're putting it out there. You're not holding out for hints. You are the hint. The steady energy you carry isn't about waiting for proof anymore. It is the proof. The world sees you now as a bringer of light. And leading in this fresh way isn't about talking a lot or calling the shots. It's about just being there. Things shift when you enter a space carrying calm with you. People start to wake up when they catch a glimpse of real truth in your quiet confidence. You don't need to talk anyone into it. Your presence does the talking. That action-oriented side will sense it too, not as a push, but as a gentle pull. Because when the gentle strength leads with open-hearted care, the driven energy rises with real honesty. You've become the clear reflection that guides him back, not through hurt, but through remembering what's true. That's how balance in a deep connection starts to come back. But here's the bigger picture. Your purpose goes beyond just reconnecting. It's about sparking a wider wave, a gathering of hearts, learning that love and strength aren't at odds, that being soft isn't weak, that letting go isn't defeat, and that healing isn't a forever chore. It's coming home to what's truly right. The world put you here in this time, not to just get by, but to bring a touch of something higher into everyday life. You're one of those who showed up to help others feel what real love is like. Not the kind that grabs or bosses, but the kind that sets you free. And every time you pick calm over ego, kindness over snapback, being true over chasing likes, you nudge the whole world's energy a little higher. That's why your story counts so much. It wasn't chance or unfairness. It was a choice your deeper self made to hold on to light in a place that lost sight of it. And from the second you said yes to this road, you turned into a steady light for others to follow. This is the major change you've been hoping for. It's not waiting out there somewhere. It's flowing right through you. Every time you pick honesty over worry, you spark it. Every time you forgive instead of fighting back, you build it stronger. Every time you stand tall with an open heart, you steer it. You're the link between the old ways and the fresh start, between feeling alone and coming together, between fear and love. And now the world is saying, it's your turn to step into all you ever wished for. You're not hanging around for the change. You are the change, alive and moving, the full expression of real growth. That strong, gentle soul who found her reason, took back her say, and now carries heaven in her heart with fire in her step. The world doesn't need one more hero. It needs hearts that are awake, and yours is one of them. So rise, not whispering, but with clear purpose, not hiding, but owning your space. Because just by being you, you're making good on an old promise. You weren't born to trail behind the change. You were born to be it. And now you